Hello internet people and welcome back to my channel. Before I start, I just wanted to say that I want to do more vlogs now, and the next one will be a Q&A. So if you have any questions, please leave them down in the comments and I will feature them in the next video. Okay, the first question is, what is my favorite of the 7 books? So actually my favorite book as well as my favorite movie is The Goblet of Fire, but I also really love The Deathly Hallows, so it's always like between these two. I can't really decide which one I prefer, but yeah, these two are my favorites. Okay, the next one is, what is my favorite quote? The thing is, there are so many great quotes in Harry Potter, but I think, yeah, one of my favorites will always be happiness can be found in the darkest of time if only one remembers to turn on the light. And I loved it when Harry says that Hogwarts is his home. That's also a really strong message, and yeah, that's what I really loved. My favorite Weasley. Yeah, I think that's quite easy. It's not only one, it's two. It's Fred and George. And yeah, I don't believe that Fred is dead, okay? Fred and George are just so genuine and funny, and I just love everything about them. So yeah, they are my favorite Weasleys. Next one is, who's your favorite female character? And that's pretty easy to me because it's definitely Hermione. She's always been a role model to me, and what I really love about her is that she fights for what is right, or she fights for what she believes in. And yeah, I think she's just a strong heroine and a great character. Who's your favorite male character? Okay, that's a bit different from what other people say, but actually Harry Potter is my favorite male character. And I don't know if you know that, but I went to a Harry Potter event a while ago and I asked some people who their favorite character is, and no one of them said that it's Harry Potter, and that's so strange to me because Harry is such a loving and great character. Harry was abused as a child and he just grew up as such a loving person, and Harry also had his flaws. He's not perfect, just like his father. He did mistakes, but that makes him so human. Yeah, and I just love Harry Potter as a character. The next questions are, what is your least favorite book and what is your least favorite movie? And that's really hard. I remember that being a child, it was really hard for me to read The Order of the Phoenix because it was such a huge book. And I loved that book, but it was just really hard for me to read because it was so much. And when you're like, I don't know, 10 or 11, 12, I don't remember how old I was. When you have to read that much, it's a little difficult. But yeah, least favorite movie, that's not easy because I actually enjoyed all of the movies. I don't think any of them was particularly bad. I think they put everything in the movies that was necessary to understand the plot. It's obvious that you can't put all that is written in a book into a movie. That's just impossible. So yeah, I think the movies are overall really well done, and I can't think of any of them that I don't really like. I'm sorry about that. Parts of the movie that made you cry. Okay, or of the books. There's actually one particular part that, like, when I watched this one, I just, I can't hold my tears back. It's the part where McGonagall casts the spell Pia Totem Locomotor, and all those knights made of stone come to life and defend Hogwarts, and everyone who's supporting Harry just casts those defense spells to protect Hogwarts, and you just see how it all comes to one, if you understand what I mean. But like, yeah, when they just try to defend Hogwarts, it's just a heartbreaking scene. Yeah, that's the most sad one actually. Who's your least favorite character? Okay, I think it's Umbridge because, well, it could be Voldemort, but Voldemort is just Yeah, he is pure evil, but I think Umbridge is even worse. I don't know, but even when I think of her, it just gives me like, it makes me cringe and I hate her so much. Okay, now a few more personal questions. The next one is, what would your Patronus be? And the thing is, I took all tests on Pottermore, but I didn't take this one because, you know, elephants have always been my favorite animals, and I believe that if I can cast a Patronus, it can only be an elephant, and I don't want it to be something else. What house are you in? Okay, the story is, or what do you think, what house are you in? The thing is, when I was younger, I never really wanted to go to Hufflepuff. I always wanted to be a Gryffindor or a Ravenclaw, because obviously those are the most prominent houses in the books and in the movies. And I always felt like Hufflepuffs are like the, I don't know, the boring people, something like that. Okay, so I went to an exhibition entirely about Harry Potter, and when I did that, I actually took a test and I was sorted into Hufflepuff for the first time ever. And I was a little shocked. I didn't really want to accept it. And then I took the test on Pottermore and it sorted me into Hufflepuff again. And at that point I realized, yeah, I must be a Hufflepuff. Then a few years later, when they recreated the Pottermore website, I took the test again, and guess what? I was sorted into Hufflepuff again! At this point, I just accepted it, and I realized that the house is pretty cool, and I love it ever since. Because, come on, we have Newt Scamander, okay? Okay, what would you rather have? The Elder Wand, the Resurrection Stone, or the Invisibility Cloak? I think we've seen what the Hallows do in the movies and in the books, or in the book. And the Elder Wand is quite powerful, but with great power comes great responsibility, and it brought death to a lot of people, and that's not really what I want. Then the Resurrection Stone, I don't really... No, I don't think I could really need it, so I think the Invisibility Cloak would be the most interesting Hallow to possess. Next question, which class would be your favorite? I think potions is quite interesting, but according to the books, it seems to be a little hard, so I'm not sure if I could master it, but I'd really like to try it. Transfiguration as well, it sounds pretty interesting to me. Defense against the dark arts as well. I think everything is quite interesting if you want to go to Hogwarts. I can't think of any subject that wouldn't be interesting. If you could bring one character back to life, who would it be? Okay, that is a hard question because a lot of characters I liked died, so... But I think it's probably Fred, because he was still so young and he just had his whole life ahead of him, and yeah, I think he was just too young to die, and I would bring back Fred. Okay, last question. How much does Harry Potter mean to you? Yeah, Harry Potter actually means the world to me. For the past 3 years, I just traveled to some Harry Potter locations and just to see them, because I wanted to see them in real life. I think that already says quite a lot about me. Yeah, I'm just really crazy about Harry Potter. I started reading the books when I was 8 or 9 years old, and it stayed with me up until today, and I'm 22, and that's basically Harry Potter was my childhood, and I was brought up with Harry, and I think Harry Potter taught me so much, so many great things, so many great values. And I think I would be someone else if it wasn't for Harry Potter. Okay, I think these are all the questions I can answer at the moment. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and write your comments down below. And do you like these Harry Potter videos? I've already done quite a few, and yeah, I'd just like to know if you're a Potterhead just like me. And yeah, see you in the next one. Bye guys! Woo!